Bam! Welcome to Nerfcast.
Josh,
B.F.U.
and we are two guys that are in shorts and like to talk about kids' toys.
That's right. That's how we're doing it in the summer.
It's hot. It's
It
so
is
hot. It's
It is
bad.
where we turned off half the fans so that they wouldn't show up
So hot.
in the mic. We trying. It is
Yeah.
rough.
We got a action-packed, very succinct podcast today. That's right, SAT word. I
Succinct.
probably didn't use it right.
Don't matter.
Um,
Don't care.
So we only got a couple topics, but they should provide some great content. And then we'll let you go back on with your week.
I'm just happy to be in a t-shirt and shorts again.
Oh,
That
yeah.
last video was rough.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "What's this dude like rolling up here? Like,
You gotta
isn't
bring-
this casual?"
You need a review bag.
Yeah, I didn't know. I'll put one together. I didn't know. I wasn't expecting to have to roll through this dude's joint and be like, "Oh, let's do a review." He's like, "No, I already did one. You got to do a review." Like, but I'm wearing this monkey
Man,
suit.
you gotta get a review bag. It's like
No, it's gonna be corporate Josh.
emergency bag, man, where you get comfy in your review, because one of these days it's gonna be like 96 when you do that and you're in a sweat.
Yeah, putting that together right now. Putting it together in my gym bag. There we go.
So we got we got a channel announcement. We are gonna do a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We are in the 950s, I think, as of this video.
943, I think last I checked.
943.
Something like that.
We probably we must have lost some.
Probably.
The modules,
They probably saw a video they liked, hit subscribe, and then saw another video and was like, "Nope,
Yeah,
unsubscribe."
the modules video did a lot of good work for us, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we appreciate all the views from
Yeah,
everybody.
for real. All the subs from the views from that was dope.
Mm-hmm.
So we're close to 1,000. We want to get over 1,000. That's a milestone for this little channel that could. And the only videoed Nerf podcast still actively running every single other week, despite us having stuff to do and my wife yelling at some employee in the background.
I think she's laughing, but
Okay,
we'll see if it comes out on
laughing, same thing.
We got a new mic up in here. For those of you who do watch the rest of our videos, I apologize profusely yet again for all the War Room videos. I got a new mic. I'm going to try to re-record some of them. I recorded a bunch in advance when I was out of a job for a couple of weeks, and I was waiting for my new job to start. So I recorded a ton because I tested the mic and it was all good, and then hit the record button, just busted a ton out. Back to watching was like, "Oh, took me all day. I'm not gonna re-record all these right now." And then now I've been working and got a job, so I got us a new mic for the podcast for Mr. B.F.U. over here. So if we gotta do the teleconferencing, we can hopefully this will be a little bit better. I know he got that baritone voice.
No, my voice always sounds like this.
Yeah,
This is
so
the way that I talk.
trying to get that, and then I got another one for me back at my
Good looking
career.
out.
So boom,
Looking out for y'all. Spending money on y'all.
trying to make it a little better.
So we're gonna do a giveaway. Here's what you got to do to enter. We would like a picture. I'm gonna be try to be as specific as possible, kids. We want a picture of you with your favorite Nerf blaster. We want no more than 2 sentences, and
No
don't
more
give me
than
no
2.
run-ons either. Like, I expect normal sentence structure. Okay, no more than a couple sentences about why is it your favorite Nerf blaster. It could be performance, could be the custom work you did on it, it could be the first one you got on your 5th birthday.
Nostalgia,
It could be
baby.
because it's big and red, Australia.
I like them like that.
So we want to see that in an email, and then we will take the council of foam darts, which is the 2 of us, and we will pick the top 3 that we like, and there will be prizes that will be sent to your doorstep.
We're still deciding on some of the prizes, so we can't, when the video comes out, it'll give you all the details on like when you can enter and until when.
Yep.
We'll probably start it when we're a little bit closer to 1,000, but before we hit it, and then it'll end like the end of the next month or something like that. We'll let you know all the details in a further video.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll have the prizes up and stuff, but at least you can know ahead of time, if you listen to the podcast already, what you got to do.
And you got to be a subscriber to win.
You do have to be a subscriber.
Active at the time of an announcement of winning.
Yeah, it'll be like, send us an email with this picture, your YouTube account, and a couple sentences. Points, we're going to award points for creativity, Well, what else?
Creativity, random Nerfcast references. Maybe make us remember some stuff that happened on our podcast that we can't absolutely...
Not in the sentences in the picture. The sentence is just 2 sentences about us, Nerfcast.
Yeah, you want to write something in the background, boom. And I mean, I'm always, for me, any great custom work always gets bonus points for me.
Yeah, we love to see them custom blasters. We love to see, costumes on y'all, interesting locations, stuff like that.
Keep it clean.
We don't want no dark pics. You know what I mean?
So that's a good way. We're really excited. Thank you to everybody that's bumped the channel up in the last month and a half. It's been pretty good roller coaster ride. Getting the modulus first was awesomely lucky.
That really, really was.
Really stupid lucky. So, moving on. Speaking of the modulus, I know we talked about it a little bit on the last podcast. Since the modulus hit, 2 other blasters have surfaced from the fall 2015 lineup, which we all know is like the summer 2015 lineup. I don't know why everybody gets bent out of shape. That
I know.
The fall lineup comes out in the summer, and they're like, well, but kids are back in school. They never come out in the fall.
I know.
Always come out in the summer.
So it's a weird thing, right? Like, everybody always be like, why doesn't Nerf bring these out in the summer instead of the fall? That way we don't have to wait for them to come out.
But they never come out in the fall.
But then they never come out in the fall. They always come out in the summer.
Right.
So I guess Nerf is like listening, but at the same time, like...
Yeah, I don't think Nerf's going to promote it in the summer because of Super Soakers.
There we go. I was going to say, I think that they just say it's a fall lineup so they can sell Super Soakers to the stores. Right. And then most stores are going to maybe put it on the shelf, maybe not. You know.
So, first thing up, we got we'll start with here we didn't do. I think we talked about the modulus. We're looking to give it, like, out of a 10 scale, we're just going to start rating it, it's a hard number. Anything above a 6, probably a recommend you go check it out and probably buy it. 10 is a must-have in your collection, so there probably won't be that many of those from a partner over this guy. But 7 or better, definitely go check it out. Under a 7, you gotta be a collector enthusiast, I would say, to grab that. Would you agree, Mr. Pagan?
Yeah, it makes sense. Seems good.
So we'll start with the modulus, the new flagship 2015 ECS 10, no camera, but lots of other stuff. White blaster.
Yep. What would you give it? You know what? So this cat played a whole 15 minutes with it in one of our rounds.
I played a smooth 1 round. I might have played 2 rounds. No, 1 round.
One round. A full game or a round?
I played. It was a round. Either way, I too much time.
Half.
I would say modulus ECS 10 is a 6 out of 10.
All right.
Would have been a 7 had the grip not been horrible, and the performance, even with better power source, not lipo. I don't UK. Just leave me alone. Okay. A couple IMRs didn't really do much for me.
Right.
So I'm gonna say, based on those 2 things, it gets a 6 on the blaster itself, not taking into account the accessories.
Okay. It's funny because I was also going to go with a 6. I thought you were going to be surprised and go lower than me for once.
No.
I also would give it a 6. I didn't play for it for a full round. So here's the thing. I'm going to rate this blaster right now completely out of just the blaster itself. Right? I would say it's a 6. It's not must-have. It's decent. There's a lot of stuff you could do to it. The grip is just terrible. I know you could wrap it. It's a fairly easy fix, but it's just really uncomfortable right out the gate. And that just bugs the crud out of me. If I take into the whole kit and caboodle, I think that the price, yes, is high for the blaster, but I think that's outweighed by the accessories that you get. Now, I know you ain't going to use the accessories you get. That's what a lot of you are going to say. But I understand that's why they're charging. Right? I still think it's overpriced even with the accessories. I think about $40. They'd have been looking right in the money spot. That would have been sweet for me. $40. Even if I don't use the accessories, I'm getting them. I could probably sell them, at a game for a little cheaper than buttstock. Right? Like, the buttstock is money. You just got to do some work on it.
Yeah.
But it holds magazines nice.
Yeah, I will recommend a piece of polycarb, white, bent in a U shape around the buttstock. I did that. And then I attached to the end of a Super Soaker stock.
Yep.
So both those mods were freaking awesome. You'll see them in gameplay footage from this week's Bird game.
Yeah.
So 6 out of 10. That's what I'm giving it.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I mean, there a few little tweaks though, and I feel this could have been easy an 8 or 9. Easy.
Yes. Comfortable handle.
Comfortable handle.
It goes up to at least a 7.5 minimum.
Right.
I'll put up with the performance crap.
You bust that down to like $40.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
That's like a 9 solid.
It's
and then if it performed as well as a Strife, that would be an easy 10.
Yeah, it's a pretty
easy 10. And if they ever put a full auto in there, it would have been like an 11. Like you don't even know.
Yeah.
People. And here's the thing, y'all. If you ain't watching Jangular, check his channel out. He did some of your gameplay footage with the Modulus.
Yep.
On one of his latest videos, and he brings up a good point. Like, and I totally agree with him on this. I think I'm not bothered by the fact that they didn't go full auto with this. I know a lot of people complain about it because the Rapid Strike's already out. But if this is their new flagship model, that means they need a flagship model for next year. Why would they start their whole Modulus line with a flagship that is the best it's ever going to get?
To.
Right, you're always going to be worse than that.
Yep.
Now they can release other blasters in the Modulus line if they want, that are the same color scheme, like, but redone versions of like the Recon slash Retaliator.
Honestly,
and then move up to like a Rapid Strike version that is full auto, little bit different bodywork for next year's big. Like, here's all the stuff you've been buying. Now you can put it on this cool full auto blaster.
They could legitimately relaunch the Rapid Strike, change the back buttstock to an attachment point, and paint it white, and people would buy the crap out of it.
Oh yeah, I mean already. Let's face it, what people have wanted for a long time is basically a Rapid Strike that has front and back attachment points.
Yep.
Right. If I can customize the stock I have on it, if I can customize the
full auto strike.
Yeah.
You want that SMG small
the barrel, then I'm good.
Yep.
I can add stuff to it. Basically, they want the Strife, but full auto.
And we know a Rapid Strike can be cut down to be about the same length as a Strife, if not shorter.
Right.
So we know it can be done. In
I mean, they can make it a little bit bigger because they gotta. Usually, everybody puts the batteries on the side, and I know Nerf likes to integrate it in. Actually, I like where the batteries are on the new one. Throw that on the bottom. Money, guys.
I like where the batteries are. The batteries in the new one on the bottom. That's a pretty good way of doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
and doubling as the grip.
I like it. I love that.
But
and it was comfortable.
Handle sucks. Performance sucks. Accessories. The one useful accessory in the package, the one that has potential, needs work to be useful. Not a ton of work, but it needs a lot of work to be useful and pretty.
Yes.
To do both, you need to do some work, right?
Yeah.
To stick some PVC in there, you don't need to do a lot of work. I get that.
Right.
But, to make it look tactical and match something, you're going to need to do some body work on it. So 6 out of 10 from both of us. So that's an agreement for like the Siskel and Ebert of blasters.
That's right.
But if you don't know who Siskel and Ebert are, go do something about that. Like, come on, guys. I know you kids are kids, but look it up. Google. So we'll move on to the Nerf. Probably at the beginning, the most hyped. People were super looking forward to it.
Yep.
Then it actually came out, like pictures of it came out. It lost a couple things, and people were down on it.
Yep.
But now, this week of reviews, all the reviewers seem to be pretty like juiced on it. So let's move on to the Nerf rotofury.
The rotofury.
I will let you take this one first, sir.
I like it. I haven't played with it more than just kind of running around B.F.U's place, but it is solid. For me, I would give it a solid 7. Easy. Like, maybe even 7.5.
$34.99 is not that bad of a price.
Yeah. It's $35, pretty much. It's just a fun blaster. It's not going to be a game changer. For the Mega World, if you really have been into Mega, you got a pretty decent primary, and now you got a decent secondary too, right? You got that. Yeah, and then if you rock in the Cyclone Shock, that's a pretty solid setup. It's a little expensive, but you can get some darts from China now, so some Mega darts.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I know the biggest complaint, and I talked about this in the review, buttstock. A lot of people really want that buttstock attachment. For me, I don't see it as the kind of blaster that I need to shoulder. Not only because it's about the right size for me, and I like to keep it snug and close up, but it just feels like the kind of blaster that like I'm gonna pump like a little shotgun. You know what I mean? Like with no stock shotgun, sawed off barrel. Like that's the way I want to run it. I want to shoot from the hip from it, and just have fun. So
7.5 out of 10 from Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm torn on this blaster. Let me tell you why. I was the biggest butt. Like, I was one of those people when it first came out. I'm like, oh my god, I like rotating drums. Mm-hmm. I know that puts me at odds with 90% of the Nerf community because everyone's cracked out on clips. I totally get it.
I don't see how you can really have a good clip system blaster with the Mega Line.
No, it's too big.
It's going to be so big, but I mean, we'll see. There's stuff coming out from other companies.
I like the drums.
Yep.
As far as game changer, for the way we play, no, it doesn't change anything. But for people that play with special rules for large ammo, this is definitely a game changer for them. I definitely see that. Slam fire, 10 round, highest capacity so far. Mm-hmm. Double the next closest, or no, 4 more than the next closest, which is the Cyclone Shock. Right?
Yeah.
I think for people with those kind of games,
definitely,
this total game changer. Missing the buttstock hurts it aesthetically for me. Is like, I mean, I'm glad they made it flat. It'll make it easier for me to get stuff on there. But if you look at the internals posted by Bobo, everything goes right up to the back of that thing.
Right.
So now you're into epoxy and a backstock attachment. If I could screw one in, I'd be happier.
Right.
But I can't. Right. So I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. Mm-hmm. Definitely want to take a look, even if it's just to do a cool mod like taking some PVC or PEX tubing or whatever, brass, whatever, and alternating your shots.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Like I did that with the Cyclone Shock, and I'm gonna use it at this week's war. I think it's a cool option if you're in a support role to just kind of vary up what's happening and mess with your opponent a little bit. I think that might be fun.
I think people have a lot of fun not singling it, but microing it.
Yeah, recalibrate.
Recalibrate. Yeah, there we go. Calibration conversion.
There you go.
Whatever. Making it shoot micros.
I mean, with doing that, we tested on the Cyclone Shock. We tested that out too. You drop it down. We put some PEX tubing with some duct tape and craft foam. Slid in the barrel, still comes out if we needed to. Mm-hmm. You're looking at getting in the 90s.
Yeah.
Just from that, so you're getting 20 FPS. I mean, I guess you're not getting 20 FPS because I guess if it shot normal darts, it would shoot at 90 anyway. But because it shoots megas in the 70s, right? So
right.
But still, 90s that mark where you start getting in a pretty good performance for, especially for a front loader.
Oh yeah, for sure. The other thing I was gonna say something else about.
It's the slam fire. It sounds grindy, but man, it feels great.
It feels super smooth. It just sounds dirty. It's like the
Centurion.
It's like the Centurion combined with the what was the Vortex one? The Ravonix. Yeah, the Ravonix 360. It kind of has that feel, but without that big clunk at the end the Ravonix has because it's flipping things. It's sort of in between there, so it feels a little bit gritty, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see, right?
Yep.
A lot of people start saying, hey, they crap out after a game or two, or they don't have a long life. Then maybe the grade goes down. Maybe it goes up with more fun that I have with it.
Right.
These aren't set in stone. These are kind of first impressions.
Right.
But yeah, it is gear driven. So I know some of you that changes the game completely. Because you can't really, I don't know how well they're going to be able to upgrade the internals without stripping all those gears out.
If you're going to upgrade the internals, I mean, the Mega's darts suck so bad. Really, you might as well just put the caliber down to a normal dart and then just run it that way.
It's true.
But then you have a 10 drum, then it's not as impressive.
Exactly. We've seen 10 drums before with regular.
So our last blaster from the new lineup that we've cut our hands on so far is from the new, what's the new line called?
Doomlands 2169.
Boom, 69.
Yeah,
so seems to be the evolution, maybe the replacement for Zombie Strike.
I don't know if it's going to be a replacement.
Maybe not.
I think it might just kind of coincide.
We haven't seen any new Zombie Strike stuff though, like except for the weird squirter slash.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's coming out this year. It's not great, but I'm just saying.
I feel like Zombie Strike's going to get phased out.
I feel like it should get phased out. I mean, not should.
They can't do Zombies versus.
I feel like it's going to get phased out, and their boys line is going to continually change. Like right now, the girls line is Rebel, but Rebel has all the sublines. Like they had Secrets and Spies, and now they're having the Charmed. They had one more. They had another one besides Secrets and Spies. I forget what it was.
They did?
I thought they did. The first one was called something else.
I didn't know it was called.
I think it was called. Maybe I'm crazy. I thought there was another
Katniss, the Katniss line.
Pretty much, they might as well have a bow line. But yeah. Like they get new stuff. There's no like boys line and then the sub line is Zombie Strike. I guess the boys line would just be not even that because Nerf Elite is its own line. They're all Nerf, so there's
and
no
Mega's a Mega line.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyways, we got our hands on the lawbringer.
The lawbringer.
I will let him fight the law first.
The law. I am the law.
And the law.
It's you know, it is a sweet looking blaster.
It is.
I will give him that. It is sweet. It is comfy. I like the ergonomics on it a lot.
It is.
The performance, it's not great. I was hoping they would bust up the performance a little bit from a hammer shot.
It's down.
Just because it's supposed to be like a primary, right? I would almost so it's like a weird catch-22 because I like the fact that you can hammer prime, so I can rock 2 of them, and that looks like a lot of fun, like just busting out like 2 at once. But the problem is, like, I almost wanted to have a pump when I'm doing it 1, because like my hand, it feels really nice if you just like firing it with not one hand, but you know what I mean. It's your single blaster. Feels nice. Range is, it's definitely sub elite. It's definitely sub elite. It's actually probably the ones that we played with were sub hammer shot. Hammer shot was probably getting 5 to 10, somewhere in between there, FPS more than the lawbringer. So that's rough. If they should be getting at least on par. I was hoping 10. I was hoping it was the exact opposite, right? Like
I was hoping
5, 10 more.
I was hoping bottom elite ranges.
Right, exactly. If it was sub-elite, but it was a little bit better than the hammer shot,
yeah.
I understand, like, there's only so much you can do with this unless you just make the draw on the hammer just crazy long.
Yeah.
But even when we upgraded it, we put a spacer in.
Nah, I think they could have went
some
with
springs.
Wider plunger tube.
Yeah, they could have done that.
They
That's
could have
true.
went with a fatty plunger tube.
Yeah.
Bigger head, maybe.
Yeah, that's a
and
good
that
point.
might have been able to squeeze more air out.
That's a solid point.
I think they already got a system in place, and it's all the same parts.
Yeah, I mean, you took it apart, but I didn't look at.
Yeah,
I wasn't there when you took it apart. Could you
so-
transplant a hammer shot in there?
No.
Okay.
I mean, maybe you could pull it off with some changes, like it's like a Rebel, right? You can't.
Right, for your revenge, you can't.
You have to
just
do
drop it
some
in.
work to move it over.
Gotcha.
Either way, I mean, it's minimal work. It's not like it's the great American novel.
Right,
it's
right.
definitely not a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know if it's the air seal with the drum.
Right.
Right.
Did you take the whole tube out and look and see if there? Because I remember in the Centurion it just had slats. I was talking about
I
slats.
didn't see any slots.
In the rotofury, I think there's a big slot too.
There is, yeah.
But it's like so far back that once air starts compressing, it should be past that. I
Yeah.
think. I don't know. I ain't opened either.
What's
of
your
them up.
rating?
Oh, dude. Man, it's probably right on par. It's probably a 6, same as Modulus, because it's fun. I love the ergonomics. If you're just playing to have fun anyway, you don't need the best range. And the fact that you could dual wield them definitely puts them up in my book. But the fact that it's just getting worse than a hammer shot is very disappointing to me. If it was getting at least on par or a little bit better with a hammer shot, you'd probably be looking at a 7.7. 6.5, 7. So I'm going to go with a solid 6. Solid 6. I feel like you're gonna. Oh, one thing that bugs me, and it's kind of weird. I wish they had just picked a side to go with. So if you look at the handle, one side is gray, the other side is clear.
Yeah.
I don't mind either one. The clear looks cool.
The clear looks
The gray looks cool too. Why is it like if I don't know if everything on one side had some elements of the other? It just is kind of weird that they just one side. It's like the magazine debate all over again. Like, oh, we're just gonna make half because no reason.
That's fair.
But it is what it is.
I'm gonna go with a 7. Let me explain. So the cons, I think it's a little overpriced. True, just solely based on performance.
What, 35 too?
$35. I mean, you are getting quite a bit of darts, right? You get 12 dart rotating cylinder, which is good.
True.
It's a hammer prime, so in theory, you could wield 2 of them. I would take the buttstock off, wield them, like this, like 2 shotguns.
Yeah.
So you definitely have 20. You could have 24.
Mm-hmm.
At $35, the price is a deterrent, especially because I've got to spend another $5 on a spring. Right?
Yes.
So you look at $40 because you're putting a spring in it. Minimum, you're putting a spacer in it. Maximum, you're putting a spring and a spacer in it.
Right. And redoing the air seal and...
Right. So you're going to put some work into it. Now, that's all the deterrents. And that would normally drop it into that 5 category if it wasn't so comfortable and everything I've ever wanted, because it's a hammer rifle. And I blame freaking Landgraves for this, because he came out with the V-hammer, and while this is nowhere near as cool as the V-hammer, it's probably as close as Nerf is going to get.
Right.
So it's like me, it's chunky but funky, extra on the funky, and light on the chunky. It's just a neat, it's like that sling, it's like the sling fire, man. It's like, the sling fire is neat, and I have to keep one in my collection.
It's fun. It's a fun
blaster.
blaster.
It's a fun blaster.
It's it's not the most effective blaster. Nope. It's not going to be a game changer, but it's a lot of fun.
But I could see it, so more than the modulus, because if you're rocking the flywheel,
right,
you're definitely playing for a certain style.
Correct.
And you will get outperformed by every other flywheel blaster in that style.
I mean, when you're going to be running a front-loading, like rotating cylinder as your primary, you're probably not going for the super elite, I'm going to make a tack mod out of this playstyle.
No.
You know, already out the
What
gate.
I think you can do, though, is if you're talking about the way we play, I think a bridge area, with 2 of those things, you could do some work.
Yeah.
I think you could do some work.
You could, definitely.
You got to upgrade them a little bit.
what's with the color scheme, Nerf?
You
kind of killing me with it. You know why? It's not... I would have preferred you just went back to old school yellow. I'm going to be honest. Because the orange doesn't match the other orange.
It's B.F.U carrot orange.
Right. It's not a good... maybe you're trying to go for a rust color. I don't know.
I think that's what it was. I think it was more of a rust orange.
But I feel like there was an orange that came out in the Zombie Strike line that was brighter.
Yeah.
That would have looked better.
Yeah, the hammer shot's orange.
Yes, that's them. Yeah. Maybe they were trying to detract from the hammer shot, but then why don't you just go a full different color? Make it that green, but then it looks like the sling fire.
Other bonus points that make it a 7, and he hasn't taken one apart, so he wouldn't know this yet. It all comes apart.
Oh, it's easy painting.
It's
right?
like there's distinct pieces, right? The gray piece, the dark gray, blackish piece, right? And then the orange, and that all comes apart.
That's cool.
So painting wise,
I love it when they do that.
I know this is going to be cosplay bananas.
Oh, I'm sure people will love it.
It's going to be steampunk shenanigans everywhere, right? It's just it's like if you're walking into a cosplay and you got the thing slung over your shoulder and it's painted right, it's going to look awesome.
That's, you know what? And I mean, I don't mean to dovetail off of this our normal Nerf topics, but you find it weird that you see people, everybody's got like Mavericks and stuff.
Man,
they just got old.
That kills me, bro.
So here's the.
We saw some hammer shots this year, though.
I understand. Yeah, we did. We saw a couple. But here's the thing. And I don't understand this. I'm sure we don't have a whole lot of steampunk people. People that are in Nerf, that are into steampunk, already understand. The people that aren't into Nerf and are into steampunk, this is where I don't get it. Like, I get the fact that you can go and get a Maverick mad cheap at, like, a thrift shop. Cool. I understand that 100%. Throw it, cool. Done. I don't understand where you start going to other blasters and you don't just look at stuff that's new on store shelves. I know it's a little expensive. So if you're going the cheap route and you want to spend $3 on a Maverick.
Okay, so a Maverick's $3, right?
Yeah, okay.
But you're going to put X amount, let's say $30 worth of work into it. Painting and all that stuff, right?
Right.
So is the extra $12 because of the work you're going to put into it?
Okay.
Isn't it? Don't you get just a better product?
So here's if they don't care that it's functional or not,
okay.
then I'm fine. And I'll give it to the Maverick. It does have like a steampunky look. The hammer does give you more of a Western style look.
Yeah.
Right? So it looks like it might be steam powered and that might,
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. But when
plus the little chamber on the bottom of the hammer shot.
Right, no, that's cool. You could definitely
that could definitely like a little CO2
for sure
style. That can hold the steam.
No, and I like it. When you've got stuff like I haven't seen any of the Mega stuff come out at cons and stuff. I've seen people put it on Reddit, but I haven't seen it at like cons and stuff where people just go, "Oh, here's some new blasters." No. I don't understand that when you are going to be because the thing for me is I'll see blasters at conventions that people have steampunked out and are selling, and I'm like, that's a Maverick, and you bought it for $3. That's cool. You're selling it for.
The only thing we saw this year, we saw hammer shots this year. I was very happy.
We did see a couple of hammer shots, but my point is, what were they like? $50, $60,
Yeah.
right, for a Maverick. I'm like, so if you're gonna bother, and I understand you're gonna add cost into it and your time, so now you got to make money if you're trying to sell it. But my question is, if you're spending $60 on a Maverick that someone else painted,
oh no,
why aren't you just gonna go buy
a hammer shot,
or buy a freaking lawbringer, and paint that puppy? I know people are like, oh, I'm not very creative. I don't know how to paint.
We don't see more painted Centurions,
right?
Long shots.
I mean, I found Centurions at thrift stores, and if you get one that's non-functional, which is probably like 50-50, like
take the things off the side.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, the long shot.
It's a dope sniper rifle.
The long shot's cool, but not as cool. Like long shot's cool, and happens to be one of the most moddable Nerf blasters for performance ever. Right.
Right.
It doesn't look for just cosplay. There's no way it looks cooler than a Centurion.
I don't understand. I see those all the time. People rocking those for
only problem with Centurion is the teeny tiny butt stop, which is easily fixed.
Yeah, I mean, but people add like cardboard and all sorts of.
I mean, if you're if that's your base,
right?
That's a sick ass.
I would way rather.
And it's huge.
It's giant.
I think that's where
it's easier to take off.
I think the rotofury for like the military cosplayers, like if they want that grenade launcher look.
Right.
The rotofury is going to give you that grenade launcher look, especially if you paint like the actual mega ammo.
Right.
Like it looks like those big giant rounds, like armor piercing rounds, or like grenade rounds or something like that.
Right.
And Kim,
like Mike's
Blood Angel will go.
They're way too small for that, but I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Oval rounds.
Yes.
Just looks like that.
Yeah, I feel it.
I think I think the rotofury's got some legs. We completely went off topic, but
it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
it was still Nerf related.
Yeah,
I'm just I don't understand.
I was waiting for the cosplay to catch up, and maybe it's the thrift store thing, but it seems like you could get so much more. I'm talking about the cosplayers, the people selling stuff. I don't mind them because you got to get bang for your buck.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I understand that, but the people that are buying their stuff, that's where I don't understand.
When you're buying it or making it yourself,
like I feel like you could commission one for close to the same price.
And stuff goes on sale.
Right.
Even for a Maverick, I'm surprised I don't see more strong arms.
Right.
And those are cheap.
Of those at thrift shops.
Those are doo-doo butt cheap.
Yeah.
At thrift shops, even at Walmart, they're like $7 a lot or $6 a lot.
Right, so you get a new one, still functions.
Yeah, there's some, like, it hasn't made it yet. I think Nerf charmed everyone for the cosplayers are juiced because it's already kind of steampunked out.
Yeah, I guess
less work. It's got, like, the gilded. It's not steampunked out. There's not a lot of gears on it, but it's gilded and it's got that Victorian look to it.
Well, that was actually what I wanted to talk about as well. Like, I'm surprised that Nerf has not done a steampunk like line.
I think it's the color.
We got Zombie Strike.
Yep.
Right, which is okay. I like it. Zombies are popular.
Yep.
Good idea. This Doomlands thing is like, I don't know what they're jumping on all of the apocalyptic bandwagons. I guess.
I think it reminds me of Borderlands. It really just does.
For me, I looked at it and I was like, "Ooh, Mad Max isn't rated R anymore." Like that's.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they developed it 2 years ago, Mad Max was probably it was announced, but it wasn't like.
Right. This was
So they had to have been on it before Mad Max.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like what?
I think it's
Borderlands, but Borderlands, I feel like that's not their target audience at all. Like kids, Borderlands.
Today's kids?
I don't know. Like 10-year-olds?
I mean, if you look at the mod community, that's probably the other half of the mods besides Steampunk. Borderlands and Gears of War.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I feel like neither one of those things is Doomlands. It was just kind of like in a post-apocalyptic world. There's been enough movies and like
it's just in that vein.
Right. Like some post-apocalyptic stuff, which is cool. I get it's a solid theme for a line. I'm just surprised with all the people who already do mods, like the majority of mods, like you said, Steampunk and then Borderlands. They just haven't done. Not even like they don't have to do the colors. Just put gears on stuff.
The blasters.
People will go nuts. You put gears on stuff.
I think it's the look of the Doomland line for me that makes it remind me of Borderlands. Like the way the blasters function.
Yeah.
Seems like some crazy Borderlands stuff.
No, I get
it. Like a revolving rifle, hammer prime rifle. That is some Borderlands.
That seems very like you could easily make that very steampunk though.
You could. I just don't think they'll do steampunk because of the colors.
That's what I'm saying. They don't gotta go steampunk colors.
They don't.
the orange that they used is already pretty steampunky.
Yeah,
Let's
they
throw
could
that out
definitely. They could definitely. Maybe that'll be next.
Maybe. I mean, that's very possible.
I mean, they got to predict 2 years out what's going to be hot. So Doomlands was conceptualized probably a couple years ago,
right?
Or maybe the blaster was conceptualized as a zombie. The other key is, were these the evolution of Zombie Strike, and then they got rebranded along the design path?
Right.
And someone said, "Ooh, Doomlands, it's close to zombies, so we can use these things we already have in the design hopper,
right?
That are already concept. Make a couple tweaks before production and move them." And I
right.
feel like
was it that Zombie Strike is on the down? So
it might be zombies.
So maybe
yeah.
we're just gonna try to rebrand the Zombie Strike line.
Yeah,
so
so
we were
2
gonna
years
have.
ago were zombie movies like Walking Dead is the one hot thing, but Walking Dead isn't like the Zombie Strike line was still post-apocalyptic zombie, right? So it's still cobbled together.
Right.
That's not the Walking Dead. They're still finding M16s.
No, I get that. So, I mean, I feel like zombies have ingrained themselves in pop culture enough for kids to know what zombies are. Yeah. Right? They're in like video games, even that like little kids play. Like, they're zombies.
Yeah.
Right? They Plants vs. Zombies is like very
maybe there was
kid-friendly.
something that was supposed to come out for post-apocalyptic something that never made it a cartoon or something.
Yeah, could be.
Maybe Hasbro had a cartoon that was in the works that just didn't make it. You know, I mean,
very
like,
possible. Very
you
possible.
could be thinking. I mean, it's got to be mind-boggling the decisions that have to be made 2 years ahead of time.
No, I'm sure.
Like if we were thinking like 2 years from now, what kind of line would we make? Like if I started a steampunk line 2 years ago, I'd be confident. But if I started one today, would I be confident it'll be as popular in 2 years?
I mean, I still feel like
because they obviously missed a superhero boat. That boat sailed, right? So if
they had their time on that one. They still do.
I mean,
2 years from now, if they're bringing out, because they have licenses with Marvel.
But I think that
and they keep bringing out the Hawkeye joke.
If they want to hit it while it was stupid hot, like we may have already passed that mark.
Oh, you mean like in 2 years from now it might
But
not.
in 2 years, like if they don't have the money to go now.
2 years from now, though, Infinity War, like it might be the last huzzah of heroes.
It might be. It might not be enough to sell the merch.
I mean, it even felt like actually Doomlands tried to get that hero thing in. You read the little back of the Lawbringer, it's like one kid became a hero in the future. That like
with a yield shine strapped to his arm.
Yeah, stuff like that. Which honestly, they should do that. They should make like stop sign shields and stuff.
That would be fun.
That would be cool.
Play.
Well, because they've already announced a new machete and a new like little.
God bless professional players' hearts.
Hey, that stuff is what
it's better than nothing.
Exactly.
So that's our roundup of blasters. We got a 6 for the Modulus. We got a consensus 7.5 for the rotofury.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have probably an average out to a 6.5, a 6 from him and a 7 from me for the Nerf lawbringer. Probably opinions could change after wars. I don't think on the lawbringer is changing at all. Pretty sure that one's
probably.
I think it's going to go down.
That wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
So now we have to look forward to the strong arm vagabond.
Yes.
Action vagabond.
Yep.
I mean, maybe it'll be a replacement for the rough cut. The rough cut needs an upgrade.
It does. I love me some rough cut.
If one blaster needed a new something, rough cut.
Yeah. You ain't lying.
Rough cut definitely needs a new something, man. I love that blaster. It's just not. It's not gonna get a lot of use out of it anymore.
It really doesn't. I mean, the integrations sort of have fallen out of favor.
Yeah.
If you will, the master keys kind of on the out.
Yeah, I caught that wave at the very end of it.
Yeah,
I just think people, carrying a heavy blaster is
it's out. I don't think it's a good thing.
I look at what my change is. So after fixing the 2 modular stocks, like the Straven's gonna have to get retired.
Right.
The whole point of the Straven was to give me extra storage because I like to store it on my blaster.
Right.
I can do that in a buttstock now that I can put on anything. Oh man,
nice.
I'm straight. I'm good.
If they and you hit the nail on the head with this one, if they would have sold that separately, like in one of the packs that you could get that, they would sell a ton of those.
If they would have made it replacing the butt end of a Raider stock.
Right.
Think about that. A Raider stock, but instead of the back end, it holds a clip too.
Oh, they would have.
It'd be sold out.
Yep.
Out.
Done.
Matter of fact, if that's the kind of stock that came with the blaster, I didn't have to do any work on it, I would have changed my rating, and I probably wouldn't be as pissed off at about $50. that's the kind of accessory that I'm willing to pay a premium for and try to sell the blaster to someone else later without it.
Yeah. And then people would probably like the blaster a little bit more because they'd be able to mess around with it because they'd be getting them for, $30 from people.
Right. A thing about a Raider stock that could hold a clip is that worth $20 by itself.
Yeah, that's
a $20 accessory. By itself, that's a $20 accessory.
100%.
Give me the clip with it. Give me a clip with it. It's a $20 accessory by itself.
Yeah, totally agree.
Because, I know people have their favorite stocks. The Raider stock's still the best stock. It's the most versatile.
It is the most versatile stock.
It is the most useful stock
for sure
out of all the stocks.
Yep.
Nerf has had. There have only been really a couple of good stocks.
That is
the
true.
Lightning Storm stock is probably the second best stock.
Yep.
But it's one size, so if it doesn't, it's too small for me, perfect for him.
Right.
But the Raider stock, you just can't go wrong with that thing.
No, yeah. It's fully adjustable.
Or Super Soaker, that,
right.
telescoping stock.
Yeah.
I don't know if telescoping's right, but whatever.
Yeah, well, you know.
But one with that and the integrating to the back that you can still collapse, because the problem with my design is you can't collapse it, it's just there.
Right.
Although I think I'm going to have to work on a collapsible one. I don't know how I'm going to pull that off, but I'm going to try it.
I think I know how you could do it, but...
So, a collapsible version, craziness.
That's just nuts.
Craziness.
Yeah.
I'd pay $20, no problem. I'd have no problem shelling out $20. I'd buy the blaster for $50, be like, here, I'll give you everything else for $30.
Right.
Except the stock.
Yeah.
No problem. Done.
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw a couple IMRs in with it.
Oh, yeah. That thing is... that would make it money. If they sold something like that, done.
Yeah, no more Straven integrations. They're out.
Yep.
Unless you need the extra battery tray for something.
Yep.
Done. It's a wrap.
Yeah, that stock makes it worth it.
Yeah. I can't wait this week to run them. My version 1s of both of them. See which one works better. The polycarb or the extended one. See which one holds up better.
Yeah.
For that.
I'm wondering, so with the rest of the lineup, I'm trying to think of everything that's come out and that we've seen, what else you can attach things to. Or if it's just the modulus.
Attach modulus. That's it.
Right. It looks like they're moving the rest of everything else, all their lines away.
Everything self-contained.
Exactly. So that modulus and whatever else they bring out, hopefully for the modulus line, will be the only thing that you can attach things to.
I think the Christmas blaster this year will be modulus something.
Yes. That would
could be the full auto we've been waiting for.
Could be.
But if you look at the full auto...
I don't think it will be.
You don't think so?
I think that they're still going to go with something big and crazy. That seems to always be... Every year their Christmas blaster or if they do like a special...
Full auto modulus would be crazy.
It would be, but I feel like they'll save that for their flagship and go with something that's like...
Unless they do it with triple the attachments.
Could be.
That's the big package. You get the blaster.
I was going to say, I think they'll do a mod... If they do anything, it'll be a modulus with all of the stuff together.
Oh, that would definitely be a Christmas pack.
Yeah,
for sure.
a Strife mission kit, but instead it's the modulus with all of the different configurations.
Full auto,
but
you get 12 accessories with it.
Ooh.
For $100. People would do it.
People would do it. I don't think Nerf will do it.
They might not, but people would.
Because what did the Rapid Strike start out at?
40.
40? Really?
It's only $40.
Always.
Yeah,
I feel like
they screwed that up.
Yeah.
Because they should have came up higher on the Rapid.
And then,
if they knew then what they knew now, we would have never got $40. And remember, they were buy one get one. The first Christmas,
right?
They were buy one get one half off for damn near all Christmas.
Yeah.
Either Target was doing it buy one get one half, or Walmart, Toys R Us was doing buy one get one 40, or Walmart was doing them at $25 to match something.
Yeah.
And then Amazon had them for $20. The first Christmas if you were a Rapid Strike person, first Christmas, it was easy to get $20 Rapid Strike. We were doing buy one get one half off or buy two get one free or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It skewed a lot of people's
right
view on what blasters are.
Yeah, because you got a
right?
fully auto blaster.
Yep.
No accessories, but you got an 18-round clear clip. Only place you can get it.
Right.
So for $40.
Right, and if you got it for cheaper, then $25, even $30. That's
right.
It's crazy.
It screwed their pricing up though.
It did
because now any full auto that comes out now is going to be money because they're getting $50 for moduluses.
Yep.
Right. They're getting $35 for rotofuries, $35 for the lawbringer. I still feel like it's overpriced by $10. $25 would be solid.
So $25 is
$10 more than Hammer Shot.
Right. $10 more than Hammer Shot seems like a decent price.
Yeah.
More than 2 Hammer Shots because 35, right? 30 would be 2 Hammer Shots.
Yeah.
That just don't even make sense. I would rather have 2 Hammer Shots even if I'm going to dual wield because they're getting the same range. Yeah. And I can easily put them on my person.
25 would be solid price point.
Yeah. That'd be worth it.
But you look at the price have gone up of everything, right?
For sure.
But it's not like the Rapid Strike's super old.
No.
They're still $40.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I got you.
It's just a weird blaster to have at $40 when you could get. That's why I'm thinking maybe a Christmas, maybe if not for sure next year.
Right.
We're gonna get a full auto modulus line blaster that's gonna break the bank. I think $70. I mean, ECS cam $70.
Right. I mean, the question is, how many of those did Nerf sell? Right. We don't know. We don't know if Nerf
Probably
was
not
like,
a
hey,
ton. I don't think
this was a good investment, or this was a crappy blaster. Let's not do anything else at this price point. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, they did that though. I mean, the modulus at $50.
Because I feel like they keep trying to bring out high dollar blasters.
Yeah.
Right. The Cam ECS, the Rhino Fire.
The Rhino Fire, I actually don't. At $89, let's be honest, it's expensive.
Right.
It's a Nerf blaster.
I got you.
But I can't say it's overpriced only because
I'm not saying it's overpriced. I'm just saying they're trying to find that spot
it's
where
a ton of
where
freaking plastic,
people
man.
are willing to pay
Yeah.
for like an $80 to $100
It's
blaster.
a ton of plastic.
It really is. No.
It is a metric ton of plastic.
It is huge.
And you get two 25-round drums.
No, you get a lot with it. It's definitely, the price isn't terrible. You can get them on sale
for being one set of flywheels. It's rough.
That is a bit of a detractor, but for kids, that's not a big deal.
No, I mean, if 10-year-old me
Right.
would
Not
totally
even.
want a Rhino Fire over anything else.
Ain't even a thing.
I wouldn't even. There would not be a blaster I would look at other than that and want.
Yes.
For 10-year-old me, maybe a hammer shot because I love revolvers.
Yes.
Other than that, though, 10-year-old me would be like, screw that. We're going bunker buster.
Right.
Like, we're going on the ground. I'm going to lay prone, and I'm going to fire the crap out of this thing.
Right. And I think that's the thing. Like, a lot of kids, I'm sure, want it.
Yeah.
How many did they sell when their parents walked in and saw, oh, this is kind of
And
a
they
big
think-
blaster, but it's only $40
So,
and
I
it's
mean,
full auto
they
too.
got to be making good money. I mean, they had to have built it knowing that we're not going to sell a ton, right? Because of the
Right.
price point. And I think that's why the internals are so garbage.
Yeah, makes
Saved a
sense.
ton of money not putting no extra flywheels in there. I mean, it is one set of flywheels.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're
You're
getting.
lying.
You're getting a rapid strike.
Yes.
It's a rapid strike that just has a second barrel.
Correct. Yeah,
So-
I mean, it is what it is.
So
It was.
What?
People wanted a big blaster, though, because people wanted people wanted a new version of the Stampede, and that was sort of the Rapid Strike.
yeah,
So-
good replacement minus the selectable fire.
Right.
Definitely lighter,
Definitely lighter. By
smaller,
a lot.
lot smaller.
Yeah, a lot
so-
smaller.
I mean, I think Rivals is the next big thing for the summer. There's a bunch of Rebel stuff coming out that
No one seems to really care.
no, except me.
But yeah, I mean, for painting, it looks like
No,
really
I,
cool.
I actually want the Tommy gun for just use. If the drum, so I will say this: the
Mhm.
drum on the Lawbringer feels like when I rotate it, I'm like, ooh, this thing is janky, but it has not failed me yet.
Right.
And I'm like, huh? It doesn't feel solid,
Huh.
but it rotates great. It's for you, Smith. It rotates great though, doesn't it?
No, it does. It
It's got a
actually
little
does.
wobble to it, but it always snaps back into place.
It does. It
If-
does do a good job.
The Tommy gun rotates well like that, we're
Mhm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Or rotofury well, I mean.
Yeah. No.
If the Tommy's gonna rotate like that,
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be sleeper hit.
Yeah.
I mean, front loading, I know, I get it, I totally get you guys. I mean, I use clips, right?
Yep.
But, we got ammo restrictions now, right?
Yeah.
So, I put 20 in my blaster. I mean, can I, how quickly? The thing is, you know what it is? It's being able to fill only a few if I need to.
Right. You can just backfill
Instead of pulling
some
out a
darts.
clip, and I gotta put them in. If I pull out a clip, I feel like I gotta fill all of
You
it.
can basically top it off.
I
after
can.
you
Oh
get
yeah, I can top it off after every encounter without having to jerk around with stuff.
No, that's
No
definitely
swapping.
Mhm.
Like I don't think it's an assault weapon so much as a midfield weapon. Midfield and base defense.
All right.
Because
I'm
the thing
down
about
with that.
base defense, the semis always do great in base defense or full autos, right?
Right.
But you're only doing it for that one rush. They rush in, brrr, it's out, right?
Mm-hmm.
You probably go through maybe a clip when that happens.
Right.
So 20 rounds, it's about a clip.
Yep.
I could see two of them holding off a base pretty well. Plus, because you get the top off real quick.
Yeah, they just don't have that rate of fire that I think people like in base defense. People like to use
Or
the.
you use strikes, like the crap out of strikes in base defense.
We're talking about the Roto Fury, right?
No.
Or I mean not the Roto Fury, the law the.
Yeah, I'm
Lawbringer.
assuming no, not the Lawbringer, the Rebel.
Oh, the Tommy 20.
gun.
Oh yeah.
The Tommy.
Tommy be yeah.
I think that's
right.
gonna if the drum's great and it can keep up with the trigger pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a sleeper hit.
Zap, 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 zap. Yeah.
Front loading flywheel with a high capacity.
Well, yeah, you rock 2.
That's the other thing too.
All
now I
base
got
defense
40,
all day.
and you can do that. You can rock 2 strifes with 2 35-round drums if you pay to upgrade your springs and make sure they work okay.
Right.
But you got to put those drums somewhere when you're done.
Right.
That's the other thing. For carrying stuff around, if you got to carry shit on you, Tommy 20 gives you that strife-like performance without having to carry anything on you but darts.
It could. It very well could.
That's a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
Then you got all the rail. I mean, with the rails on top, people make all those custom dart holders and stuff.
Oh yeah, you do a lot with it.
Man,
I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Sleeper. Plus, once it's painted, it's going to look amazing.
Yeah, that thing will be awesome.
It's going to look sick and painted. You know people are going to do crazy paint jobs on it.
But is that part of the Charmed line?
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's
It's
just
the
part of the
last
base
Secrets and Spies, I think.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's either the base Rebel or the Secrets and Spies line.
Yeah.
So it looks fine. What I was talking about is the new Rebel Charm stuff. I don't think anybody. They haven't released anything that looks even mildly
more
interesting.
bows.
It's just it's bow line.
Yeah, I mean that's. I want that crossbow coming out for them, but only because, I like.
Oh yeah.
It's 8-shot, so it's not going to be any game changer. So that's coming out, and then Rivals. Rivals is really what everyone's waiting for. Rivals is the thing. 2015 has been. We got a lot of stuff this year.
We really did.
It feels like 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago when Tommy Strike came out?
Yes.
I feel like we got a lot of stuff that year too. Was it Rapid Strike that year?
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
We got a lot of Elite Line got a couple. Even if it wasn't as much because Rebel came out the same year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we got a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're in that cycle now, that other year,
right?
Where it's like, man, Doomlands, 2 blasters for sure. Confirm we get 2 blasters.
Right.
Elite, we got the Modulus, right?
Right.
For better or worse, we got a brand new flagship Elite blaster and an Elite line starting with the Modulus, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got an update, a mega update with the rotofury.
Yep.
A good mega update, a primary
Yep.
mega, not named the Centurion, right?
Right.
So we got that. And then we move into Rebel. Rebel's got their first primary flywheel coming out. And people love the Rapid Red. People like it. Right? So they got they got the Tommy coming out.
Mm-hmm.
They got more bows. They string. Oh, we got string this year.
We got string.
Right about crossbolt. How soon we forget?
Yeah. No.
It's crossbolt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna move into a whole new performance line for Rivals with new ammo.
Yes.
It's a lot.
I mean, it's gonna be it's a big year.
And then we got to
Nerf is just pumping. I feel like Nerf saw that or Hasbro rather saw that Mattel was doing well.
Yep.
And they moved the timeline up for some of their stuff. Like, I don't know if Doomland was supposed to come out this year. I think they were gonna decline the Hammer Shot and the Zombie Strike line, and then they were just like, Doomlands, we're gonna Doomlands it up.
You ain't lying.
And then they were just like, same thing with Rebel.
You ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying.
No.
Oh, yeah, Doomland. Post-apocalyptic couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rivals I think is going to be cool.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to judge Rivals differently because Nerf set out the gate.
Right.
They are built for speed and accuracy.
Right.
I know people are juiced. Oh my god, it's 100 FPS. Oh my god, watch me slap myself with tactical dildo.
Really?
I want everybody to calm down because it's shooting different ammo, and I think we're gonna get that vortex effect. I think it's gonna come out hot.
Yep.
And die out over range.
It's very
right,
possible.
more surface area. But if at 50 feet and under, they are highly accurate. That's all that matters.
Oh yeah, I mean it'll definitely has the potential to be a game changer.
Yeah, we talk about base defense a lot. That fully auto one, if that thing is accurate, that's base defense.
Oh yeah, no,
that's like I'm coming around a corner, and the question is, will you put balls rules for like discs, or are we just go with normal rules?
Ooh, that's gonna be rough. We're gonna have to see how they perform.
Ooh, because ricochets would be crazy.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like right now, we were just trying to get, because Vortex already was at like a pretty big disadvantage. You were running a different ammo type.
Yeah, and this would be
it was slower. These should be faster. So they should be, like, before it was like, it's pretty easy to dodge a Vortex disc. But on the box, they talk about Vortex being made to ricochet.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen that in their
Vortex
commercials
is
and
easy
stuff.
to dodge after a certain feat, but in a short range,
right.
Vortex is hard.
No, it comes out the gate quick.
Yeah.
But
I think
then
that's how the balls are
down.
going to be, too.
I don't think it's going to be the same.
You don't think so?
Well, because they basically just start catching the air and they glide. Like a Frisbee. Yeah. Little Frisbees. Frisbees are like that too. You start them out quick, but then once they start
The thing
gliding,
about
they
how
just
a
go.
golf ball comes out hot
Mhm.
and then kind of glides afterwards.
It depends on how
Yeah,
the spin
we'll see.
is on it. I
We'll
mean,
see.
for sure.
I mean, here's
it's
a cool
a possibility.
thing. Here's a cool thing. If it's accurate, even if it doesn't get elite maximum ranges, then I mean modded elite ranges, not stock.
Yep.
I'm sure they can batch them stock out of the box.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's got short range accuracy.
Right.
Because people like Boom Cone. Boom Cone's it's pretty much a short range blaster.
Yes.
You're not busting out the extreme ranges on a Boom Cone, right?
Yep.
And I think, for us, we have so many game types where accuracy. We just saw it this week with our last game with Payload.
Yeah.
Man, accuracy does work when a lot of things are going on and you got to get important shots off.
Yeah.
Right? Spamming ammo does not work in that game type.
Right.
Totally doesn't work in that game type.
Yeah, really. No. But yeah, no, I mean, it's been talked about to death and, speculated upon by the community.
Hopefully we'll get them first.
Yeah, we'll see when they come out. I hope that they perform well. I wouldn't mind switching to them. There's some things that I've already looked at and don't look like I like.
I know, you don't like the side load.
It's like a
Those
weird
are
side
easy,
load.
though.
But we'll see. I mean, I could play with it and go, I changed.
You hated the
100%.
Rampage for a long time.
100%.
And I got you to...
You did. I mean, that was a little bit of work, but I could do the same thing with them.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to put work into it.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, I could like them... I don't
Out the
know.
box, yeah.
The way I'm looking at them right now and see how they load, I'm like, that looks like something I don't like.
Right.
But it could change up. I could do it and be like, oh, this is smooth, this is really easy. If they made it really easy to just insert this mag quick, go,
And
done.
the mags look like we're going to be able to carry a lot of them.
Right, and the fact that they're giving you, well, I mean, we'll have to see like the actual size of everything and
Yeah,
look at
but
this.
I mean, it
They're
looks
like the other ones being a sidearm.
Yeah.
But
Looks like we're going to be able to carry a lot of mags, though.
yes,
The tube
they
design?
look really small.
I'm just thinking like a dump pack with just mags in it.
I hope they do a belt like the way they
I
did the
know.
Vortex. I love the Vortex belts, guys.
You know what might be able to bring back, though, is the bandoliers.
Yeah, no, that could work.
If they sit on the bandoliers,
I
or
like-
around the waist.
I really like the little pistols that they got going.
Yeah, I know.
Because they go into the handle. I love it. I love that the ammo goes in the handle and gives you that real feel. Only thing is you got to prime it.
Yeah.
Which almost kills it because if I have a secondary, I want to be able to just pull it out and just bam, bam, bam.
Right.
I feel like you could fit flywheels in that small
Probably.
design. So it is what it is. But
So-
hey,
That was the podcast, everybody.
that's about it. Thanks for all the support as always, guys.
Look out for the 1,000 subs video
Yeah.
coming soon.
Share us and all that. Get it out there. Rate, comment, subscribe. You know the drill.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Happy tagging.